Welcome back to another full day of eating. You guys, my name is Jeanine, and this is another full day of how I eat, how I stay on track, how I eat high protein, macro-friendly meals, and of course, we also do a little bit of teaching. I always want you guys to walk away from these videos with more knowledge and less anxiety about what it takes to stay on track with your health, stay on track with your weight loss goals. So thank you so much for tuning in to another video. If you're new here, I'll do my official introduction. My name is Jeanine. I am a certified fitness and nutrition coach. I also specialize and am certified as a menopause coach. I help women thrive during menopause and beyond because you can still look and feel your best in your 50s, 60s, 70s. I have clients of all ages. I also am an online coach. I run different types of programs. I have different ways to work with me. So if you're interested in that, check out my website. I will have it linked here on the screen. You could also book into a call to see how I can help you. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into the video. So I do different strategies each week depending on what my week is like in terms of how busy I am. This particular what I eat in a day, I actually got into bed last night. I pulled up my tracking app and I started putting things together. I knew I had a crazy busy day today. I knew I was going to be out of the house most of the day. I also didn't have time to like meal prep or anything like that. So I thought, okay, what can I do tomorrow morning to set myself up for success with my macros throughout the day? Sometimes you have to plan ahead. You have to look at what your day looks like and plan accordingly so you don't end up out of the house with no food planned and you're stuck eating out and stuck trying to figure out how to make it work. So I opened up my tracking app. Now, my clients and myself, actually, we have our own app. It's called the ESCO Elite app. It is for our clients. That is what I use to track and plan my meals. But you can use Nutrition IX, I love. My Fitness Pal, I love. So those are just some of the other apps you can use. But I highly recommend tracking your macros, using a tracking app, because it takes the guesswork out of everything. So I literally pulled up my app and I thought to myself, okay, what do I have in the house? How can I make this work? How can I have like macro-friendly meals on the go? I didn't grocery shop. So I just started kind of plugging things in. So of course, I started the day as I normally do with a protein bar. It's easy for me. I like to wake up, have a little protein bar. I work out in the morning, so that's what I have before I head to my workout. So that is what I already had. I had a Bear-Bells. If you've been here, you know Bear-Bells are my favorite. I've been having one of those every morning for like 2 years. So now I need to plan a couple of things because I'm leaving the house until dinner time. So I will be gone all day. I just got back from my workout. And I need easy meals when I'm on the go because I'm in the studio and I have several different things. I'm producing a podcast. I have a couple of my own shows to do, lots of different things to do. I don't have time to be heating up meals and things like that. So I am going to pack 2 things to go with me. The first thing, it's always a go-to for me, especially on the go, is to do like a yogurt bowl. This is my little on the go container where I either do like overnight oats or a yogurt bowl. The cool thing about this is it has these little inserts. So you just pop the insert right inside. This will keep it cold. So love that. So I'm going to have a yogurt bowl, or I'm going to take it with me on the go. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually make my raspberry sauce. If you've been here a while, you've seen me make this before. But I absolutely love it. And I always have these. So this is something that I will always have in the freezer. So it comes in handy on these days where I'm not super prepared. So I'm going to do half a serving of these frozen raspberries from Trader Joe's. And that is going to be 70 grams. So I've got my pot because I'm going to make the sauce in the pot. Oh, it's almost exactly the rest of the bag. Okay, so that is 70 grams. Oh my God, you guys, it never fails. I promise you, this klutziness is not planned to look cute. It's just my nature. Okay, so I've got 70 grams. As you can see, it's a pretty large volume. And while I have you here let's talk about these raspberries. These raspberries are so good. I get them at Trader Joe's. I literally buy several bags at a time because not only do I make my raspberry sauce with them, which by the way, this raspberry sauce can be an ice cream topper, can be an oatmeal topper. Obviously, you put it on top of yogurt. It's delicious. You can actually even use this in a PB&J if you wanted. So good. So that's one way that I use these. But I also use these as a snack. So they're frozen. They taste delicious in their frozen form, but you put them in like a Ziploc baggie, put a little lime juice in there and sprinkle some either stevia, or you want to take it a step further, you can sprinkle some sugar-free Jello mix like strawberry or a lime flavor even. You mix it in there, you mix it up in the bag, and it tastes like a sour candy. So it is another very macro-friendly snack that you can have for less than 100 calories on a hot day. It's delicious. So this is another, I like to always think about multiple uses for things when I'm purchasing things at the store. I think that's kind of like the theme for today's video, because my dinner is in the same capacity, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So to make my raspberry sauce, it could not be easier. I just put these in a pot. I put about a tablespoon of water in here. We also do a teaspoon of chia seeds, which is great for added fiber. Chia is wonderful. And then I will add some stevia. You know, I would say maybe like a tablespoon of stevia, maybe less, maybe like 2 teaspoons. So I have that on the stovetop, just over like low heat, and I'll kind of mash it up once it heats up. But while that's heating up, I'll go ahead and measure out my yogurt. So we're gonna do, of course, another staple that I always have on hand is Fage. So we're gonna do 170 grams. 170 on the nose. Now I'm going to add some almond butter, the negative method. So we're going to put the jar on the scale, tear it to 0, and then I want 16 grams. So I just want 1 tablespoon. That is 16 grams. So we're going to put that. Very simple. Now I've got my raspberry sauce over here. I'm just gonna mash it down with the wooden spoon, and it literally will make like a jam consistency. The chia seeds kind of help thicken it, and it makes just like a nice little jammy consistency. And I just wait till that's nice and mashed up, and I mash up all the raspberries. All right, here it is. Now I'm just gonna pour it into the jar right on top of everything else. It's so good, you guys. It's literally like my favorite thing. The tart with the sweet plus the almond butter is just like the most delicious combo. So here it is inside of there. So I'm just gonna plop this right in there. And this is ready to go. Like I said, I already tracked and logged everything, so I'm kind of just going down my list. So the next thing I'm going to do is prep my little lunch to take with me. That's what you want to call it. And let's go ahead and get started with that. All right, my absolute favorite on-the-go meal is a protein peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I always have what's needed to make it, and it's not even peanut butter. So I order these like 2 at a time. This is the ISO protein peanut butter cookie from 1UP Nutrition. It's only 110 calories a scoop and 25 grams of protein. I'm actually only gonna need half a scoop for a sandwich. So we're gonna do 16 grams of this protein powder. If you guys do not have this and you like PB&Js, highly recommend. So good. I find peanut butter protein powders to be very difficult to not taste weird or like artificial. This one does not have that taste. I feel like for whatever reason, peanut butter is difficult to nail down. This one is delicious, peanut buttery with a little sweetness. Very, very good. And then I add in 6 grams of PB2 to help with that true peanut butter flavor. 6. So that's my powder mixture. Then we just simply add a little bit of fat-free Fairlife milk or water and mix it. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and add some fat-free Fairlife, very little bit at a time, so that you don't get a consistency that's too thin. And your consistency is to your own liking. You know, Mike likes his a little more runny. He's the one who came up with this, I believe. But I like mine a little more pasty. So we differ in that way. It's the same with our oatmeal too, by the way. I like mine a little more like thick and he likes his a little runny. I get kind of grossed out. His oatmeal is kind of like soupy. You really only need like about a tablespoon of liquid. So now I've got a nice pasty texture and I'm going to show you guys the consistency. I like it to look like that, like where it's going to stick to the spoon. This, when you want to make it into like a dip, you can make it a little more runny. See? So this basically is probably like 3 tablespoons worth of nut butter, but it's stocked with protein, low calories. It's just perfect. And then, listen, the theme of this video is use what you have, right? So we're down to the end of our loaf. So yep, I got one of the dreaded end pieces in here, but that's okay. That is okay. You use what you have. So I've got 2 pieces of bread. One is an end piece. This is the Nature's Own keto bread, 35 calories a slice. It has a lot of fiber. We obviously go through a lot of this. Now let's talk about multi-uses, right? You could use this paste for an apple dip, celery sticks, and on top of your ice cream, on top of your oatmeal, on top of your yogurt. You can use it on so many different things. It is a staple in this house, and you have not tried One Up Nutrition protein powders, I do highly recommend them. Absolutely love them. Look at the consistency. That looks just perfect. So code Jeanine to save on One Up Nutrition, and they do sell out of PB Cookie often. I do feel like the cat's out of the bag, and people have been making their protein PB&Js with it. And now, look, I mean, look at that. I mean, it's just so good. Of course, you can't have a PB&J without the J. So let's get that. Of the reduced sugar raspberry preserves, again, another staple. I always have it on hand. So that's why this day was just all about just using what we have. We also are heading out of town this weekend. So it's not like we were going to load up on groceries. We are going to do 36 grams, so 2 servings of this. So negative method, 13 more grams. It's going to be the bottom of this jar. I mean, we're really going bare bones here before we head out of town. So we're going to spread that on nicely. So good, you guys. Nice little end piece. Oh my God. I'm telling you, if you like PB&Js, so good. Okay. Feel like a little schoolgirl, my little lunch. So I'm going to put that in a Ziploc. And what is a PB&J without chips? So we're going to have legendary protein chips. So this is my little on-the-go lunch with this. And now I'm ready. I'm going to have a successful day at the studio and not get tempted to order out or something like that. So let me go over some of the macros for these meals. So my lunch, the PB&J with the legendary chips, is 355 calories, 48 grams of protein, 42 grams of carbs, and 9 grams of fat. So it's nicely balanced. I've got the fats for nutrient absorption. I've got the carbs. And then, of course, I've got the protein. It's hard to have a PB&J type lunch with that amount of protein, but with the protein from the bread, the protein from the the PB Fit, and obviously the protein powder, plus the chips, we've got a very high protein lunch. So nice balance as well. This little guy right here is 233 calories. It is 23 grams of protein, 20 grams of carbs, 10 grams of fats. Again, nicely balanced macros. Those are going to be great for nutrient absorption, going to keep me satisfied, going to help me hit my protein goal. So this is what is going with me to the studio. And then when we get home, we will have a make what you have dinner that I've already got planned in here, but in the magic of YouTube, you guys are going to just see it in a couple seconds. So stay tuned. All right, magic of YouTube, I'm back from the studio, and you guys, I'm going to insert footage of me eating my PB&J because it was so good, better than I remembered it. It was so good that I got Mike craving one. He came home and had it immediately. Two of them. It really is delicious. But like I said, the theme for today's video is kind of like a make what I have. We didn't go to the grocery store and stock up because we're leaving town. So if you guys follow along on my vlogs, on my last vlog that I posted on Tuesday, we made pizzas at home with a crust we found at Target. Now, I don't have any more of the crust because it was just a 2-pack and we ate that and it was delicious, but I had all the other ingredients. So I thought, how can I make myself another pizza? Well, if you remember on the last What I Eat in a Day video, I had this frozen garlic naan bread from Trader Joe's. So I thought this will make a very good pizza. A little thicker than that Target crust, has garlic in it, very good. So this is frozen, so I'm thawing it out a little bit in the toaster oven before I add the toppings, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the toppings on. So I just thawed it out, so it still has some toasting to go, but it smells so good. Like this is literally my favorite. I feel like this is gonna be even way better than the pizza I had in my vlog. So we're gonna do, I think, a half a serving of sauce. So about 31 grams of sauce. Now I'm going to be putting my pizza in there. So that's half a serving of the pizza sauce. And this is the Good and Gather pizza sauce. I got it from Target. Really good macros on it. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. And then I think I'm going to do a serving and a half of cheese. So we're going to do, well, 28 grams is one serving. So let's see what that is first. Oops, too much. Okay, so this is one serving. I think I'm going to do a serving and a half. So we'll do 14 more grams of cheese. Exactly 14 grams. Okay, so we will do that. And then I'm going to do the little cherry tomatoes. It's cool because it's literally in the shape of a big slice of pizza. Babe, look at the shape of the naan bread. It's meant to be pizza. I don't know. It looks like a big piece of pizza. Look, it's like a big slice of pizza.
You put turkey pepperoni?
No, I decided just to do more cheese instead of turkey pepperoni. I could have done turkey pepperoni because I have some, but I actually prefer just plain. And then I'm going to do, so this is the little freeze dried or whatever basil. I want to show you what that looks like before going in. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put this in the toaster oven. So I had already tracked all of this, but I changed the quantities a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and update my tracker. So we ended up doing 1.5 servings of cheese. And then I didn't do the turkey pepperoni. So obviously this is a little light on the protein. I'm getting protein from the cheese, so it's got 20 grams of protein. It's got a lot of carbs. It does have some fats, 23% of my calories from fats. I'm always looking for a balance. But that's okay because my treat that I'm going to have afterwards is a Ninja Creami, which I'm going to make here for you guys. You guys can be able to see that. But that's got tons of protein in it. That has like 40 grams of protein in it. So I'm still over my protein for the day. My goal was 136 grams of protein. And after the Ninja Creami, I'm going to be at almost 150 grams of protein. So we're good there. I'm going to wait for that to be done, and then we're going to add some additional toppings. All right, you guys, check that out. It is literally like a big, huge piece of pizza. Honestly, you guys, like, what? This looks amazing. Anyways, I'm still going to add to it, but I really don't have to. But this is the rest of my arugula. And like I said, since we are traveling, I may as well just finish this up, right? So that it doesn't go bad. So now we're just going to top some arugula on top of this puppy. And then, of course, hot honey. About a teaspoon of hot honey, maybe. And there we have it. I mean, you know what Mike and I have been talking a lot about lately? It's just kill your cravings. Kill your cravings with macro-friendly creations, and then you feel so satisfied. You know, if you crave like a big, huge pizza, there you go. I'm going to enjoy my pizza. Actually, I got to take a bite. That is probably my best homemade pizza that I've ever tried yet. This is it, you guys. This is now going to be my pizza go-to. Oh my God. All right, you guys, I'm going to enjoy my pizza, but don't go too far because I will be back with a delicious Ninja Creami. You don't want to miss it. All right, you guys, we're back with the final treat of the day, which is a Ninja Creami. So in here, I have 1 scoop of vanilla ice cream protein powder in the ISO from One Up Nutrition. I have a cup of fat-free Fairlife milk, 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, and a little bit of cinnamon. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this into the Ninja Creami. And then of course, you know, we have some toppings, we have some mix-ins. So I did 1 round of the light ice cream setting and then 1 respin. Now I'm dumping in just about 20 grams of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I just love the crunch. I'm gonna scrape the side setting. Ooh, that's good. The ice cream with the mix in. And we are really going big with the extra bonus treat today because I'm not only doing the ice cream with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I'm also going to top it with a fresh baked cookie. So I got the cookie dough that's like pre-portioned out and I just made one cookie. It's good, you know, good macros for what you get. I got these, and then I already made the cookie. So that is the size of the, pop that right on top. And then we're gonna do, I have a peanut gallery around me. Then we are gonna do 1 tablespoon of caramel. And I am going to really enjoy. Everybody around me is jealous right now. I can't leave anything left in here. That's what we're finishing off with. You guys, I'm gonna go enjoy this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.